Dudes, we need to talk about Wii Sports. You see, within the ever-expanding world of gaming is imitation. Simply look at recycled ideas to copy system specs and generic ripoffs. Companies, in all of their wisdom, decide to chase trends, hence why every company has a creatively bankrupt shooter and every game has more seasons than a sitcom. True innovation, however, if the concept even exists, can create ripples throughout this money-hungry industry, warping the meta and shifting the highly sought-after dollar. However, back in the year of our Lord 2006, one such innovation happened with the launch of the Nintendo Wii. By the way, you want to make someone feel old? Tell them that the Wii is coming up on its 20-year anniversary. Like, dude, I feel like I'm a console generation at this point from being called Gramps. But that small Aryan box isn't just a white supremacist wet dream, no. It was a technological marvel, for it featured a groundbreaking technology foreign to most of us gamers: motion controls. Yes, I know what you keyboard warriors are already typing. Motion controls existed before the Wii. Yes, I'm aware that things like the Power Glove existed, but in truth they were so niche that they felt more like an ancient gamer symbol of one's virginity. You had other systems as well, such as the Sega AM2 arcade and light gun games such as Duck Hunt. While some iconic and innovative, motion controls at the time were never thought of as the future. And for some unaware, motion controls required, you guessed it, motion to operate. Some fun tasks included touching balls, swinging swords, and gifting your opponent CTE damage. Now, some were skeptical when it came to motion controls and Nintendo's future. You could easily see gamers' frustrations and concerns like, I actually have to move to play this game? That's like making me pay real money to earn things instead of unlocking them. That is a shot at modern gaming, by the way. You see, coming off the disappointing sales of the GameCube, some thought Nintendo might straighten up, go to therapy, and turn their life around. No more weird-ass button layouts and tiny discs. Nintendo themselves realized that they couldn't compete with Sony and Microsoft when it came to graphics. So Nintendo found themselves at a crossroads. Facing a gloomy future, Nintendo decided not to play it safe and actually went all in, foregoing therapy as if trying to learn nude taxidermy and goat yoga, like they doubled down on the weird. This, in my opinion, is why Nintendo's Nintendo. Like, there are no half measures, dude. Like, they are just built different. Some at the time no doubt felt this foolish to invest time, resources, and dead animals for this radical motion control future. Nintendo, though, was confident it could work. They would just need to sell it to their fans and to the general public. How, though? How do you convince a dying fandom to get off their couches and swing around like idiots? I mean, what could they do? Sure, they could make a new Mario game, but they knew their hardcore fan bases could only take them so far. They would need something more, something to showcase the almighty power of the Wii, while also showcasing the motion-controlled tech. Enter Wii Sports. Damn, man, for some of us old heads, that music slaps hard and brings back some memories. You see, for us ancient ones, Wii Sports has become a sort of time capsule back to when games were better and before your dependency on antidepressants. The very genesis of this video was actually formed when I booted up the game after a decade of collecting dust. After choosing a random me from this secondhand console, which granted contained an entire stranger's bloodline, I picked Wii Sports back up, and my cynical heart was overwhelmed with nostalgia and suppressed memories. Soon I found myself bowling, boxing, and blowing. Wait, what? You see, I wanted to make this video for a simple reason: respect. I've seen a lot of people in today's gaming age fail to give the proper respect toward the Wii, and more specifically, Wii Sports. You see, Wii Sports in some regards has been treated worse than some of Nintendo's dormant franchises. That may be insensitive toward F-Zero stands, but I do apologize. Sure, it's received some modern sequels, such as Wii Sports Resort, which is like Wii Sports but for rich people. But this hasn't stopped it from being chastised by some. There are those actively trying to downplay its significance, as if taking out a personal vendetta or secretly acting out the deeds of a long-thought-dead console war. This video, though, isn't born out of my need to enlighten the world with facts. I've personally never cared for those nor needed them. I'm not trying to be a fact-checking gaming historian chronicling his nerdy thesis on Wii Sports. Believe me, you can easily dismiss this video as the mad ramblings of a jackass who loves Wii Sports too much, and I wouldn't blame you. However, just know that while pretentious, You can't deny the weight of my words. Here's the bottom line though. Wii Sports was so damn good that it helped sell 100 million Wii consoles and sell the general public on motion controls, setting in motion years of imitation from rivals to Nintendo themselves trying to recapture the Wii's success. In short, this little game influenced billion-dollar companies, helped pioneer VR tech, saved Nintendo from mediocrity, and it did it in 480p resolution. That's because nobody, regardless of age or sex, could resist Wii Sports. When launched, it was like a wildfire that overtook most nations, from the troubled youths to the elderly. It spread like COVID, except, Wii Sports didn't kill my Aunt Teresa, but still, they were very similar. I mean, dude, the Wii was a cultural icon that spawned more jokes than the shake weight. It was like Beatlemania, but nerdy. Everyone was Wiiing, dude. Your grandma, your mom, your sister, I Wii'd with them all. Most of us have memories of introducing the Wii to our family members and distant relatives, joyfully watching as they rolled strike after strike from the comforts of their lazy boy recliner. Wii Sports has this ability to invite people to play along and served as a great intro into gaming, a phenomenon that most likely won't happen again as most generations have now played or will have played gaming. It was marketed as a family system, one where anyone can pick up and play. Wii Sports was simple, easy to learn, yet could still offer some competitive crunch for the tryhards. Hell, people can even convince themselves they were getting in a good workout in the process. Wanna go deadlift at the gym? Of course not. That's not a real workout. A real workout is a shake weight and a Wii Sports pump. Get your weight up, little boy. As goofy as this sounds, it was truthful. Everyone, for whatever reason, played Wii Sports. It was a Pandora's box for some that took them to a brand new world. There are those still out there, by the way, whose last console they can even remember is the Wii. Like, we all have that touchy uncle who loves TikTok conspiracies and refers to every new Nintendo as the new Wii. You should try messing with them next time. Be like, yes, this is the new Wii. It's the Wii 911 from Iran. And just watch as their brain rot overheats. Wii Sports actually served as a bridge between us gamers and our families and friends who thought us weird, as if we sacrificed small animals. You see, gaming, even in today's society, carries some stereotypes. Oh yeah, he's into them funny machines. Wii Sports actually helped some of us break down this barrier and finally be seen, and show that not all of us gamers are into devil sorcery. The truth is, the Wii had this crazy casual appeal, as it had the ability to reach distant family members, hermits, and the black sheep of the family, and it did it without the need of a family drama murder mystery. Finally, they were able to understand why you loved gaming so damn much, and this shared sense of appreciation only comes along so often. While the Wii system had this appeal for some, it was built on the foundation that is Wii Sports. While Nintendo has always had a casual appeal since the home invasion of Mario in the 80s, despite this though, it's obvious that if the Wii had launched with an inferior title, the Wii would have sold a fraction of its sales. Like, there's no way in hell if the Wii had launched with Billy the Wizard instead of Wii Sports that would have sold anywhere near 100 million units. Showing your family Billy the Wizard is a fast track to the prayer list and an attempted exorcism. Wii Sports was just so much better than so many more Wii titles. For starters, it was simplistically beautiful. Wii Sports only featured 5 games: tennis, baseball, bowling, golf, boxing, nothing more and nothing less. It doesn't contain microtransactions, battle passes, emotes, skins, or monetization. Just a focus on gameplay, which sadly seems like an afterthought in today's gaming world. The sports here are simplified versions of their real-life counterparts, aimed at showcasing the motion controls and simplistic family fun. Is becoming a 1,000 skill point player in tennis gonna make you the next Federer or Williams? No, but beating your friends and family gave you bragging rights, and for some of us egotistical losers such as myself, that was enough. Wii Sports is just a case of simplified perfection, like a 5-ingredient recipe that is expertly cooked. The things that don't matter, such as environmental art and graphics, are yeeted into the shadow realm in favor of perfected motion controls and gameplay. The characters also look like arts and crafts characters made by disabled children, and that's somehow me being complimentary. Like, dude, I actually think these limited graphics and models helped with the appeal. I think making your fugly siblings did help bring a family together, because laughing in my face has always seemed to brighten my family's day. So, while rudimentary in appearance, you'd soon discover that under its poorly aged graphics lies a complex game of skill that actually worked. You see, that was the problem with so many of the janky-ass shovelware titles on the Wii. The motion controls kinda sucked. Hell, even first-party titles could struggle to be registered by the sensor, leaving you dying in-game and looking like a jackass in real life as you grew frustrated, gyrating your arms back and forth for no reason. Wii Sports, on the other hand, worked like a charm for the most part. Little did Nintendo know that their free launch title included with the system would, in some respects, be the best game for their system. Wii Sports just made more expensive titles look worse in comparison. Why venture out and play other games when you could have a gathering of degenerates and simply bowl? It was a common occurrence to see people go out and buy new games, play them for a week or two, then return to Wii Sports. For some of us, it became an addiction. We had to get to 1000 skill. We had to prove our doubters wrong. We had to show off in front of our friends, church group, and distant cousins. The game had charm, whimsy, and had a casual appeal that reached gamers and non-gamers alike. The truth is, Wii Sports' polished motion controls and simplistic fun helped sell 100 million copies of the Wii, despite the system itself having some flaws in its design. I mean, while beloved by the white-collar nationalists, the Wii is far from a perfect system. Not everyone rejoiced when their favorite franchises had motion controls shoehorned in, and they were now forced to use controls that were weapons and phallic symbols. Mario, Zelda, Metroid, most Nintendo franchises were designed with motion controls in mind. To some hardcore enjoyers, they didn't give a damn about motion controls and simply wanted to play their beloved franchises with a normal controller. In some cases, it made games harder, controls more cumbersome, and derailed some franchises as they focused on motion controls instead of gameplay improvements. Nintendo wanted to focus on its motion-controlled systems, so it's only natural their iconic franchises followed suit. Another issue was safety. You see, the creation of the Wii coincided with the rise of social platforms and the internet, meaning watching dumbasses smack their TVs with Wii remotes became commonplace. It felt like every week someone you knew or watched was doing physical harm or property damage to the world around them. Like you'd see a kid with bruises and everyone knew he wasn't abused, he just played some Wii tennis. That is how my father got away with it for so long. Wii Sports in some respects was a makeup that the Wii system used to cover its warts. And some of these warts, mind you, kept growing over time. The system had disc reading troubles, which was never good when, trying to play a game. Then the ports and flaps would break easily, it had a limited internal storage, had a weird-ass friend code system, and again, controllers that could be used as Jenga blocks. Over time, the controller issue actually got worse as there was a controller for every game, for every sport. Some of us just had cabinets and drawers filled with this shit as if we had become a Nintendo-themed landfill. Yet through it all, through all the frustrations, all the great games, and all the bad ones, Wii Sports was there for you to hold your hand as Nintendo drained your soul and wallet. Soon, all of the other companies had to have their own motion controls and capitalize on the changing market. The truth is, you can see a split in our sacred timeline as if in a time travel movie. This divergence occurred after the launch of the Wii. Just look at the massive waves the system left in its wake as the billion-dollar gaming industry followed in its aftermath. The Wii's success led Sony to create the PlayStation Move, their own version they hoped could win them the casual motion control market. Sony spent millions on tech and marketing, and all they got from it was a sex toy. Then Microsoft came along and was like, hey, you like to move, and everybody was like, nah, not really, we're kind of done moving. Well, turns out didn't matter because we got the Xbox Kinect nonetheless. It was, you guessed it, another Wii clone, but this time without a controller. It involved your whole body, meaning there was no escaping the mediocrity. Let's also not forget about the cheap knockoffs like the amazing Zone system and the highly acclaimed Wii. That's right, folks, the Wii, a system that no one touched, not even your uncle. This only scratches the surface, mind you. You can literally name this time period Operation Chinese Knockoff for how many clone systems were discharged during this time. Yeah, let's give a shout out to all the naive parents who were hoodwinked into buying this shit. Nintendo themselves, though, also doubled down on the motion tech, creating a sensor upgrade and launching the Wii U, arguably the worst handheld hybrid system of all time. While yes, the Wii U does sometimes unfairly get a bad rap, it has become the Nickelback of consoles, memed to death, but viewed as overhated by some. It's these lukewarm receptions that have made most label the Wii as a gimmick system, and the motion controls to be nothing more than a fad that was played out, like rollerblading and eating Tide Pods. The truth is, all of these systems were trying to recreate the cells and magic of the Wii, but the truth was none of these clone systems had Wii Sports. For a lot of these systems and the players who purchased them, they were chasing the dragon, yet nothing could fill the void. While yes, players grew tired of motion controls, I also think that Wii Sports set the bar so incredibly high, it was damn near impossible for any game to fill its shoes, let alone a generic ripoff years later. In retrospect, I think Wii Sports has earned the respect that so many seem afraid to give it. It not only saved Nintendo, but the lessons learned during this time have propelled Nintendo forward, leading to more Wii Sports sequels and new consoles that have seemed to perfected motion controls. Just look at the successes of the Switch, which has built-in motion controls since its inception. Using the successes of the Wii and the failures of the Wii U, Nintendo has once again sold over 100 million consoles, and with motion controls at the forefront. You can also look at VR and augmented reality, more multi-million-dollar tech investments that are a direct result of Wii Sports and the success of motion controls. Here's a thought experiment. Imagine how behind tech would be without Wii Sports and the success of the Wii. If the Wii had failed, it's doubtful that any company would have invested anything into these technologies. Imagine how dark that timeline is, like if Cyberdyne had won and Nintendo wasn't there when you needed them. Odds are virtual tech, augmented reality, and even the Switch aren't a thing. Not even the Wii would exist, and that would be a shame. While yes, you can do this with plenty of titles looking at doomsday scenarios, it's crazy to think that a glorified tech demo was able to literally warp a billion-dollar industry without characters, a story, or cutting-edge graphics. It just goes to show you that with sexually suggestive controllers and bowling balls, anything is possible. Even nude taxidermy, like I'm not letting this joke go, I'm trying to speak it into existence. In my not-so-humble opinion, Wii Sports deserves its flowers as one of the most impactful games of not only its generation, but of all time. It is what Street Fighter II is to fighting games, what Metroid is to Metroidvanias. Best party games? It has to be on that list. Best Nintendo games? It has to be on that list. Best co-op games? I think it has to be on that list. Is it? I don't know, I can't read. The best comparison though I have for Wii Sports is Ringo Starr. Wii Sports is the Ringo Starr of its generation. While he never wrote any of the hits, his skills and contributions are sometimes overlooked. To say the Beatles would be the same without Ringo is denying the truth. The same could be said about Wii Sports. Nintendo, the Wii, the modern gaming industry as a whole, and motion controls wouldn't be the same without the utter brilliance that is Wii Sports. While its lights are dim today, in its prime, the original Wii Sports burnt so damn bright that it captivated billion-dollar companies. I only wish some of you young bloods could have seen it, man. Witnessed as grandpas, great aunts, church groups, elderly homes, and more all gathered to play a fun game. Like, you go to your pappy today and you're like, hey pappy, look, it's Fortnite! Like, he doesn't give a shit about your skin. But you show him Wii Sports and he will literally shit himself. Will that cultural phenomenon ever happen again though? You know, I really hope so. Maybe when the new Wii comes out, it'll bring together the world and we can fire up Wii Sports for just a few more frames or holes. But until then, you could always dig out the old Wii and fire up Wii Sports. While some of the people you enjoyed it with are no longer with us, like my Aunt Teresa, their me and their memory will live on. So, did you like the video? Prove it. Try liking and subscribing. Be warned though, I consider subscribing as consent to take a bullet for me should I ever need it. So until you're needed as a meat shield, have a good one.